What if the original cast of adventures continued as the main protagonists of Adventure 02 and took on as the possessors of the Digi-Eggs? When it comes to armored Digivolution, this method of digivolving is always one I found interesting, alongside Spirit Evolution, where Digimon gain items to take on new forms more powerful and unique than the ones we already know. Sadly, the main cast of adventures weren't the center focus of Season 2, and thus they never properly gained armored forms for their mons, with the exception of TK and Kairi and now Mimi, as she also gained an official one in the 2020 rebooted series. But what if Tai was actually able to obtain the Digi-Egg of Courage and transform Agumon into an armored Digimon? How powerful would the dinosaur become, and what attributes, types, and techniques would this new form give him? If Agumon gained the Digi-Egg of Courage, the reptilian Digimon would become Razormon, a Dragon Man Digimon. Razormon's level is armor, its attributes are free and vaccine, and lastly, the family it belongs to are the Nature Spirits, Metal Empire, Virus Busters, and Dragon's Roar. Now the sad thing about Digimon is that there isn't much information about the lore of the world. Don't get me wrong, we can infer with the little information they give us with certain Digimon, but there are so many different interpretations of the digital world and its inhabitants. You have to understand, me currently making my Digimon D&D campaign has been really difficult because I try looking deeper into Digimon lore, but it's very slim. Unless you look through several resources such as the anime, the movies, the video game, the manga, there's too much. So for Razormon, we're going to make lore for it so it can fit within the world of Digimon. Being a fire-breathing reptilian, I assume most of the Agumon family line could be found in the forest or mountain-like terrain close to the hottest spots, possibly close to volcanic areas. The Agumon line are a ferocious group and depend on their pure might to overcome battles. A true warrior race. But there are times when an Agumon goes down a different path. A Digi-Egg of Courage, like most armor eggs, is incredibly rare, but when an Agumon reaches one, they become Razormon. Now, it's never determined where a Digimon is placed when making contact with a Digi-Egg, but the consensus I have gathered is that most Digimon are placed in the tier with a champion level, with the exception of those who obtain the Egg of Miracles and Destiny. The Razormon I place is stronger than a Greymon, but still weaker than a Metal Greymon, but its techniques may place it above its successor. Unlike its brethren, Razormon is more intellectual, especially in battle. Unlike the others, Razormon now obtaining a humanoid dinosaur physique, it uses its fighting style where it relies on its speed, reflexes, and the reaction of its opponents. But its power is nothing to snuff at, as the Digi-Egg of Courage gives it more firepower than a Greymon. Its claws are strong enough to tear through mountains, and its intense flames are so hot it's close to melting Chrome Digizoid. Now, inheriting the crest of courage, Razormon isn't afraid of any challenge, and is willing to help and protect any weaker Digimon from predators. Unlike Metal Greymon, who has left his homeland soon after it digivolves, Razormon continues to roam his home to keep the younger generation of Agumon safe, and is seen as a watchful protector and symbol that all Agumon aspire to become. Razormon would have two signature techniques. The first attack is called Atomic Devastation, which it pulls back its arms, harnesses the inner flames of the Digi-Egg of Courage, and launches two fiery streams of flames that resembles twin dragons. An attack more destructive than a Greymon's Nova Blast. But its final move in Gambit is its ultimate technique, Braveheart. Braveheart functions similar to the Kaioken technique in Dragon Ball Z. Razormon concentrates every ounce of firepower it can muster and engulfs itself within said flames, giving itself a coat of intense fire that are concentrated from the very Egg of Courage. Its attacks are twice as strong, as well as its speed and reflexes, placing its power on par with an ultimate level Digimon. but this power is only usable in short bursts until the flames of the egg extinguishes and it loses the power of the Egg of Courage and reverts back into an Agumon. Now that we have its lore, let's talk about Razormon's design. First off, this design was created by an artist named El Poyomon. Guys, this guy is an amazing artist. I highly recommend you guys check him out. He creates various Digimon designs from different concepts, different transformations, to different variations of the Digimon. He is incredible. I really wish I could afford him, but I can't. But he has allowed me to use a lot of his art in my Digimon 5e campaign, as well as this video, as he has retweeted about me putting it out there today. So thank you so much for allowing me to use your artwork. Guys, I will put his Twitter down in the description, as well as his Patreon. He does have a Patreon up, so please go check that out in the description below. But we're going to talk about the Digimon's design. So with Razormon, I think his design is really good. It's the perfect way I design Agumon if he obtained the Egg of Courage. It's both a humanoid and a dinosaur in a good way. You can see it still has the skin tone and the body shape of an Agumon, except much slimmer, taller, and bigger. Its mask and claws are similar to Flamejamon with its own modifications. The big difference is the mane on the back of his head that seems to be gushing out flames. I can imagine the flames becoming wild and more raw in power as Razormon gathers or changes its color to a more intense flame, such as a reddish orange or blue, the more it tries to replenish its energy, or if it tries to overuse its flames, then it will burst into higher temperatures, and then it have to lower itself down before it burns itself out. You also see like there's a bunch of belts on the design, which I guess is a common staple with Digimon, as you see a lot of Digimon with belts on them. I believe Kenji Watanabe is really a fan of Digimon just having random clothing and belts, so Razormon having this isn't that much of a surprise for me. But other than that, that's me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was honestly a really short what if scenario video. I wanted to get out there, just get my foot wet back into YouTube again, making some actual content. I did a few editing here and there in this video, but I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope El Poyomon actually enjoyed the video and that he will be okay with me using his characters in my D&D campaign. He said it was, but I just want to make sure because I don't want to use someone else's artwork without their permission. But I hope he enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you enjoy more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or Digimon. I will try to upload more regularly than I've been doing way in the past. If you enjoy Digimon material, be sure to follow my Discord down in the description below. We do talk about a lot of Digimon in the Discord. We talk about TCG, we talk about the video games, the anime. It doesn't matter what it is, we're going to talk about it. So if you guys want to join that community, just join and chill out and talk. Go ahead and join the Discord down in the description below. We also talk about Dungeons and Dragons, about our various characters, stuff like that, scheduling, etc, etc. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.